Hi guys, I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm gonna get into fear. I'm gonna talk in depth about the logical mind and how getting stuck in fear, doubt, lack, and going into the 3D and looking and watching is just getting you in this like loop of a never-ending full manifestation, and how it's blocking you and how to deal with it effectively, and get past it. Because once you find the fear, locate the fear, and you're aware of the fear, it has no more power over you. And I had some people bring it up today with some questions, and then I realized, like, let me do a video on this, because I know for me, when I was working on changing my inner relationship and wanting that to be reflected, from my outside relationships, fear was one of the biggest things for me to uncover to get me into my end state and to stay there, okay? So what is fear and how to deal with it? And this may sound redundant, but it's really important when you're solidifying an end state in regards to manifesting your person, manifesting a healthy, loving relationship, manifesting abundance, feeling abundant, feeling successful, feeling love. Fear can take over pretty much anything if you're not aware of it and you live in it, right? It can cause like a lot of anxiety. It can cause you to not take action, to talk very harshly to yourself, to get close and intimate and be really authentic within, and pretty much have healthy relationships. Because when you're in fear, it can come across as controlling or desperate, or chasing, or looking for something and like searching for it and just being frantic, right? Okay, so how I dealt with fear really quickly when it came up, and I recognized it, because when I was working on kind of really solidifying my inner relationship with self and wanting to experience a different outer reality and have my mind like work for me and not against me, I started to just delete fearful statements. I started to delete things that my mind was asking me in regards to, well, what if this happens? Or, even if I would feel my nervous system in a fearful state, I would just delete. I would disregard. I also went to the source of the fear, which was a relationship from when I was younger, and then my relationships, into adulthood kind of had the same theme. And I recognized it, and I said, this is weird, and it's definitely not a coincidence, so let me figure out where this is from. And then I had already done forgiveness work on a bunch of stuff, and I kind of been on a spiritual journey for like a while. So I knew what I needed to do in regards to my specific fear and how it was reflecting back to me from the 3D. And so once I stopped reacting to the old story, to the old fear, to everything, like once I stopped reacting to it, it really didn't have much power over me. When it would come up, I would delete it, I would discard it, I wouldn't interact with it, and I would know that it was just like fighting for dear life to get my attention. This took commitment, this took dedication, and I really had the mindset of I was determined to never experience my 3D to, reflect back to me in any kind of way that I didn't prefer. So I really locked in and got rid of all the fear, doubt, and lack in regards to relationships, okay? Basically, a love relationship. And then after that, then I went after the fear and lack around money and abundance. I had already had a pretty solid relationship with my body and health from being an athlete and going to the gym pretty consistently. And the mindset and the dedication that I had from that really helped me with really honing in on what was happening inside, internally, because I was determined to succeed. And I'm going to do a whole nother video on success, because I want to talk about success in regards to the inner relationship versus outward success, because that's been coming up a lot too. But I don't want to go off topic here. I want to really stay with the fear of abandonment, the fear of rejection, the fear of not being enough, the fear of not being chosen, the fear of not being worthy. I mean, there's a lot of fears that one can face, and it can be one or it can be multiple. Regardless, they're not real. They are trying to keep you in an old story, an old pattern, an old program. And it's mainly your ego trying to protect you. It's nothing really bad. It's just like kind of not allowing you to fully be present in the moment and enjoy. People have fear of time, they have fear of death, even though death is not real. We just leave our, 3D body. We're unlimited. And I want you to start to be really aware that when you are working on manifesting, that your fear, your logical mind doesn't try to tell you like, oh, this is not working. Look at your 3D. And can't you see that this is not what you desire? It doesn't have to rule you, and you can get rid of it, okay? Once you decide that you no longer are going to interact with anything that you do not prefer, and you're only going to focus on the state that you want to occupy, the version of you that you want to experience, your mental health and everything like that is really going to start to improve, okay? Fear can also create wavering. Fear can cause you to go in and out of a state, which can delay a manifestation. But the good thing is once you get into a solidified state, an end state, if you do fall out of it because you get triggered or something comes up, you can get back there. So I wouldn't be too concerned about, learning how to solidify an end state or getting into an end state and then falling out of it. I would just be focused on, okay, am I living from fear, or am I living from full faith and knowing that I trust myself and I have a ton of fucking belief in my ability and in myself in general, right? Because your relationship has to be solid within to know, to trust that you are creating from within and it's being reflected back, right? And the fear is really just a protection mechanism. It's not really useful when we are manifesting. It's only useful in situations that, are going to really need to protect us. But in regards to love, feeling abundant, feeling successful, feeling, whole and complete inside, you don't need fear showing up to try to get you out of that. Okay? And your logical mind really has no business with love or anything like that, because it doesn't even understand what's actually going on. Love is who we are. It's who our soul is. It's who our higher self is. It's our whole entire energy field. Once you lock in and you're present with yourself and you have a very deep inner relationship, we're really just a ball of light of love, okay? When you start to, get really into this, you start to realize nothing is really outside of you anymore. We're just kind of experiencing things from what we've experienced in our imagination, and then our version of ourselves that we are identifying with, and we're having that reflected back. So delete the fear. Don't give into it. Let it go. Don't engage with it. Don't pay attention to it. And eventually it's going to calm down and go away and really just not have any power over you anymore. So keep working on aligning with the I am creator. If you do want coaching, if you do need some support and help to get yourself into a desired state, send me a message and I will work with you, but I intend this video will help.